Welcome to Shivering Timbers Dojo. Tonight we're going to do one more talking video, like I said. Hopefully I'll be back on Saturday to doing some of the more easy women's self-defense things and wear my knee braces and go from there. So let's talk about age. We all get older, we hope. Some of us don't get that privilege, but for those of us who do get the privilege of getting older, it happens to us all. And one of the questions I see posed online, am I too old to do this thing? You know, especially when it comes to martial arts, people love to ask, am I too old to do Taekwondo? Am I too old to do Judo? Am I too old to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Am I too old to do Kung Fu? And the answer is probably not. If you are 99 years old and you start doing a martial art at 99 years old, then you may do it far less than some others, and you may do it with much more limited ability than others. But I have never turned away anybody because of their age. I've never said, oh, yeah, you're too old to start. You know, you had to start when you were a teenager. Poppycock, I say. I really started, I got into martial arts. I did it for, when I was like first grade for 2 weeks. And then when I was eighth grade, I did it for 6 months. And then I didn't really get into it until I was 17. And it's funny because at 17, I was a beginner and I'd go to these tournaments and I'd be like the only beginner at my age group because everybody else had been doing it since they were this big, But conversely, my mother, Sensei Joe, she started martial arts, really started in her 40s. She was about 40, and she said, oh, I'm too old to do this. And our instructor was like, well, if you're 40 this year, how old are you going to be next year if you do martial arts? 41. How old are you going to be if you're not going to do martial arts? 41. 41's coming whether you do martial arts or not. You might as well do what you want to do. And she did. And she got a bunch of black belts and had a great time. She went at her own pace. I went at my own pace. My brother went at his own pace. My kids go at their own pace. You go at your own pace with where you start. When you're younger and you start, sure, you think, oh, it's easy for kids to learn, but kids have no concept of how to move or how to do things physically. They're terrible. That's why little leagues, T-ball is so much fun to watch. And the little kids doing the itty-bitty pandas at the martial arts, they bounce around. Oh, it's so cute because they don't know nothing. But they learn, and they get there. Teenagers are gawky and awkward because they've never been as big as they are. This is the biggest they've ever been. They don't know how to use their body yet. So one of the nice things about being older when you start is you already know the carcass that you inhabit pretty well. Use that to your advantage. You may never compete at a very high level if you start very late in life, but who cares? If somebody's telling you that you don't do martial arts unless you can compete at a high level, you don't deserve that rank unless you can beat X amount of people at high level. Yeah. Don't worry about what they think. It's not about what they think. You are going to follow your path. You have a path and you're going to do it, and you should do it. If the path is you doing a martial art because you enjoy it, then that's your path. Enjoy your path. As I get older, been doing martial arts for 30 years, there's things I can't do physically that I could when I was younger because my body just doesn't do that. It's broken. I am currently recuperating. It's going to take me 6 weeks to come back from this knee surgery I just had. That's why I'm moving real slow this first week. I'm going to be moving real slow next week. Maybe a little faster the week after. It's probably going to take me the full 6 weeks to get back where I want to be. Probably even longer than that because I'm older. So it is. In the meantime, I will teach. I will show others the path. I will do the things that I can do. You are not too old to start. You may be too old to do a certain thing. Like if you say, I'm going to win this competition in this amount of time at this age. Yeah, you might not, but who cares? If you say, I want to train for this competition and do this competition at a certain level, yeah, do it. Do your best. Do what you can do. And even if you don't meet that goal, you've met other goals. And again, it's about the journey. Martial arts isn't a doorway to an end. Like, oh, got my black belt. Yes, I'm done with this. Anybody who's got their black belt can tell you it doesn't stop. There's no end to it. It's just a rabbit hole you go down because you start doing other martial arts and you start cross-training and it never stops. But it can't start unless you let it. So, no, you're not too old. It's going to hurt more. It's going to take more time. You're not going to recover as fast as the young guys. That's okay. You're not going to be as flexible as the young gals. That's okay. Do what you can. Be better than you are. Or better than you were yesterday. That's the goal. If that's your goal, you'll do all right. In the meantime, I'm going to stop doing these talking videos as soon as I can and get back to actually doing some showing. Back to the women's self-defense. In the meantime, y'all stay safe. Thanks.